here live? A little less than a minute. Okay, good.
This special meeting is called in order with the Open Public Meetings Law in accordance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975. Notice was provided to the Courier News and Star Ledger of this meeting of January 14th of 2025. It was also placed on the borough's website, and a copy of this notice was also placed on the bulletin of Borough Hall. The notice identified exactly what would occur today in both newspapers, and a copy of this notice is available to the public, and a copy of this statement shall be included in the minutes of this meeting. Mayor Brian Gallagher.
Here.
Councilwoman Teresa Bonner.
Here.
Councilman Andrew Conti.
Here.
Councilman Glenn Denny.
Here.
Councilman Randy Pitts.
Here.
Councilwoman Gina Stravic.
Here.
Okay. Councilman Roger Vroom.
Here.
Okay, please stand for the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, for those members of the public that are here, there is going to be, I will open up for the public session, but just to kind of give you a landscape of what is happening tonight. We will be adjourning immediately after the public session into executive session. Obviously, the state has prescribed a new method for affordable housing. The borough is working towards compliance with the affordable housing as it has been laid out, and we need to adjourn into executive session to discuss how the borough will meet those requirements. And that is our job tonight. I will open it up for the public. You can comment on affordable housing or anything else pertaining to the borough that you so desire. We will then go into executive session. We will have our executive session. When we come out, we will come out and we will adjourn the meeting. There will be no action taken by the borough when we come out of executive session. This is really just an executive session meeting, but any public meeting that the governing body has, we have to have a public session component to it. So, so at this point, I will ask for a motion to open up the public session.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner.
Yes.
Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, public session is now open. If you do have a public comment, please state your name and address for the record, and please address your comments to me and step up to the microphone.
Hi, my name is Ben Parker. Current address 38 East Cliff Street, Somerville, New Jersey. Formerly of 12 Putnam Street, Somerville, New Jersey. Recently moved out of my parents' place. I am a lifelong resident of Somerville, New Jersey. Somerville High School, class of 2013, and I recognize a few people here as parents of some of my old classmates. I just want to say that as someone who has spent time apartment hunting in this region, yeah, I fully am in support of affordable housing as well as low-income housing. I've got friends who still work for the school system, and one of them recently moved out of his parents. He told me he's moving somewhere a lot more distant than I was expecting. When I asked him why, he said that he could not afford to live in town. This guy, trust me, he gives his life to the school system, to this community. Trust me, he doesn't have time in his life for anything else. I've tried to get him to talk about that. And the fact that he can't afford to live here just doesn't seem right to me. Mathematically, socially, justice-wise, anything. And, you know, we're also trying to become a dining community. People want to come here to, you know, experience dining. Well, for that, we're going to need cooks, waiters, busboys, all sorts of low-income jobs. We can save a hell of a lot on parking if we can let them live within walking distance. I know it's been great for me living within walking distance of downtown Somerville. So, yeah, I think that this is absolutely something this town should pursue, not only affordable, but low-income housing for this community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Any other public comment?
Hi, Larry Dropkin, 20-year resident of Somerville, 2nd Street. I'd like to point out here that 4 years ago, this council wrote a memo in regards to January 6th. I believe it was unanimous, and your memo said January 6th was an insurrection, and we stand in solidarity against this attack on democracy. You made zero declaration or memo after Black Lives Matter and George Floyd in 2020, when they burned this country to the ground. Your silence was deafening. You made zero declaration against that. The people have rendered their verdict as to what they thought of January 6th. I wanted to come make this comment tonight because we have a new administration and we have a new mayor. That's all I got for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Any other public comments? Yes.
Hi. Celine Graves, 97 East Spring Street. I just wanted to also speak in support of a real robust movement forward with affordable housing and low-income housing in our town. And I also wanted to highlight with this meeting, with other current meetings. I know, for example, 2 weeks ago there was some comments being made about, shall we say, like keyboard warriors, and one of the continuing issues that I see is with accessibility of these meetings, and so both the notice that happens with them, with the availability of minutes, so that people who are not able to physically make it to the meetings, being able to stay both informed and involved, which I think is everybody's, everyone's goal as a town. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate your
And
comments.
thank you for your resolution 4 years ago on January 6th.
Any other public comment? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close the public session.
So moved.
Second. Discussion? Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Zaney,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, public session is now closed. We know that there was some difficulty last year in terms of the minutes. That has been cleared up for the most part. You may have errant meetings here and there where the minutes may take a little bit longer as they are prepared. But I think we've all seen a drastic improvement in the supplying of the minutes and the accessibility of them. In regards to the comment of keyboard warriors, that was my comment. And the reason I made that was because there is a great effort by some to engage the borough through derogatory comments on social media. And my position, and what I've said to everybody is, there are so many good volunteers in this town, and I appreciate all of you coming out. We may not agree on everything, but I appreciate you coming out. And if the folks took the time away from their social media, pushing buttons, and actually raised their hand and said, let me help out on a committee. Let me come to a meeting. Let me do something good for my borough instead of trying to figure out what somebody else is doing wrong for their borough. And that's what I mean by keyboard warriors. And it's not intended to be derogatory. It's intended to be a challenge because I want people to be involved. And some don't believe that, but I do. So that was my comment. I take full ownership of it, and I firmly believe it. If they would put down their phones for a little while and engage, go to an environmental commission event, go to a recreation program, and volunteer to be a coach, volunteer to be a ref. You have people in this audience that have been volunteering for how many years, Art? 50 years. And that's what I mean by it. I think it's time for people to stop critiquing and really, start helping. And I think we'd all be in a much better spot. You have 7 people up here, all from different backgrounds, and everybody here has raised their hand to do something a little bit more, and I laud everybody for that, and it's good. We run on volunteerism, and if people would step forward and volunteer and maybe be a part of some of those programs that need help, we'd all be much better. So that's where I'm at. You may agree with it, you may not agree with it, but I think there's nothing better than being a part of your community, a good part of your community. So with that, I will ask for a motion on 037 to enter into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members, Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Zaney,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, and again, I just want to reiterate, we will go into executive session now. When we come out, there will be no action taken. We will just adjourn the meeting, and the meeting will be over at that point. So thank you all for coming.
And for the purpose of streaming will actually be cut off now. It just won't,
Right.
the meeting will basically be adjourned.
Okay, thank you.